A very good morning, students. Our session of Advanced Financial Management, that is IBFS. Now, as far as our previous session was concerned, in the last session we have discussed about the leasing mechanism, means how the lease is going to affect the legal and important accounting aspects of a business concern. In today's session, we are going to discuss the one of the important point, that is types of lease. Now, as far as your examination is concerned, types of lease is very important point for your exams. Now, the major difference between rent and lease is that in rent there are no different types of rent. There is only a single process through which a person is going to borrow something, that is any equipments or any assets on rent. So there are no different types of rents are there. But if we are talking about the lease, yes, lease have the many types as far as their nature is concerned, as far as their features are concerned. The main types of lease are two types. The first one, that is financial lease, and second one, that is operating lease. The rest of the types are also important, but if we are talking about the lease, then there are mainly two types that comes in the mind of lessor and lessee, that is financial lease and operating lease. Now here I am just giving a simple highlight of each and every types of lease. Later on we are going to discuss each and every types of lease in detail. The first one, that is financial lease. Financial lease, it is a type of lease in which the duration of lease is for the long period of time, or we can say that the duration of lease is equal to the economic life of any asset. Suppose the economic life of any building is 30 years, and if the lease agreement is for 28 to 29 years, then that lease is known as financial lease. Now, in short, if you are going to discuss or if you are going to explain this type, then you can surely say that financial lease is for the long period of time, and financial lease is non-cancelable lease. Here, lessor and lessee, they do not have any right to cancel this financial lease. And after a period of time, because financial lease is for the long period of time, there are chances that the assets or equipments that are going to transfer to in the ownership of lessee. Here, lessor is giving the right for use of that particular asset, but as far as the economic life of asset is concerned, if the lease time period is equal to the economic life of any asset, then it is possible that here lessee has a right to purchase that leased asset, because lessee use the asset for the long period of time. And now, as far as the time period is concerned, then they have a right to purchase that particular asset. So, this is just a highlight of financial lease. Then after, second one is operating lease. Financial lease is for the long period of time, and operating lease, that is for the short period of time. When the lease period is less than the economic life of the asset is known as operating lease. Suppose the economic life of any equipment is 10 years and the lease time period is 6 years, then that lease is known as operating lease. Now, at the end of the lease period, here lessee is not able to purchase the asset, because lessee is not going to use the full period, the full economic life of a particular asset. So, in these lease, the purchase of lease option is not available to the lessee. Now, as far as the additional feature of lease is concerned, operating lease is cancelable. Yes, with the short notice, lessee or lessor has a right to cancel this lease, that is operating lease. So these are the main types of lease in which each and every lessor and each and every lessee are interested. Then after, the third one, that is sale and lease back. Here the name itself suggests, that is sale and lease back. Here first and foremostly, the lessor is going to sell his asset or equipments, and again he is going to carry that particular asset or equipments on lease, to whom he is going to sell the assets. Just for a further explanation, I am drafting one example. Suppose XYZ Limited, they have their own equipments and they have their own assets, but in the current scenario, if they are facing any financial problem, then XYZ Limited is going to sell their own equipments, their own asset in the market to the particular person. Suppose Mr. Amar. So XYZ sell their equipments, their assets to Mr. Amar, and now Mr. Amar become the owner of that asset or equipments. By the way, XYZ Limited, they are in the need of that particular asset or that particular equipments. So now XYZ Limited become the lessee and Mr. Amar become the lessor of the assets. So when they are going to sell the asset, Mr. X pay total amounts to XYZ Limited. So the company enjoys their financial strength by selling their asset. And now when they are taking their own asset on lease, so now they are paying the nominal rent to the leaser. So they are enjoying the financial benefits as far as sale and lease back type is concerned. Now later on we are going to discuss it in detail. Fourth one, that is direct lease. Direct lease means here the lessee is going to approach the manufacturer directly. The manufacturer become the lessor of the asset, and the person who wishes to use that asset will become the lessee. Here lessor is the production house or the manufacturing unit of that particular equipments or the machine. Here lessor is not any individual who is going to provide asset to the lessee, but the lessor himself is the manufacturer of that particular machineries or that particular assets. So lessee may approach the manufacturer directly. So that type is known as direct lease. The fifth one, that is leveraged lease. Now this is really very interesting point, that is leveraged lease. Here there are three parties in the lease. The lessor is there, then after the lessee is there, and the lender is there. Here the concept is that lessor do not have sufficient money for the purchase of that particular asset or that particular machinery. So here lessor borrowed a sum of money from the lender. So lender provide maximum finance to the lessor. So lessor purchase the asset and he is going to give that asset to lessee on the leased based. So here there is an involvement of three parties. The first one is lessor, the second one is lessee, and the third one is the lender, means the person who provide fund to the lessor. So that will be known as leveraged lease. And the last one is international lease, or we can say that cross border lease. The name itself suggests when the lessor and lessor, they are from the different countries, so that lease agreement will be known as international lease. Suppose lessor is from India and lessee is from Canada. So the agreement between the lessor and lessee is known as international lease. Sometimes it happens that both the parties are from the same country, but the asset is in the another country, then it also known as international lease. Suppose Arjun is going for his study to abroad, suppose in Canada. So now Arjun want to take some house on rent or on a lease based, and XYZ Limited company, they are in the business of house property. Both XYZ Limited company and Arjun are from India, but the company have their few houses, few flats in Canada. And now the agreement between XYZ Limited and Arjun for the use of that particular apartment or that particular flats in Canada, that also known as the international lease, because the asset is not in the same country in which the laser and lazy are there. So this is the rough highlight of types of lease. Now today we are going to discuss the first lease, the first type of lease, a very important type, that is financial lease. A financial lease, also known as a capital lease or a sales lease, is a type of lease in which a finance company is typically the legal owner of the asset for the duration of the lease, while the lessee not only has operating control over the asset but also some share of economic risk and return from the change in the valuation of underlying asset. So in a simple manner we can say that financial lease, in financial lease all the risk and reward that are transferred to the lessee, because lessee is going to use the asset or equipment for the long period of time. Here you are going to clear one thing, that lessor is going to transfer the risk and reward of the asset, but the titleship, the ownership is not transferred immediately to the lessee. So the whole risk and the return of that particular asset is initially transferred to the lessee, except the legal title, that is the ownership title of that particular asset. And sometimes it happens that the ownership of the asset may or may not be transferred to the lessee. So financial lease means a transfer of all the risk and return from lessor to lessee immediately to the ownership of the assets to the lessee. The financial lease refers to the agreement wherein the lessee gets the ownership of the asset before the lease expires. Simply, the financial lease is the type of lease wherein the lessor transfers all the risk and rewards associated with the asset to the lessee before the lease agreement expires. So here the owner of the asset is transferring the risk which is attached with the particular assets or equipments, along with the benefits that will derive from that particular asset or equipments. Now there are few features, or we can say that characteristic of financial lease that we are going to discuss in detail. First one, once the lease is expired, the lessee can purchase an asset at a bargain price. Yes, in financial lease, the purchase option is available to the lessee. Means before the expiry of the lease term, lessee has an option for the purchase of that particular asset on at a nominal price or at a bargain price. Second, the lessee gets the ownership of the asset after the lease expired. When the lease term expired, after the expiry of the lease term, lessee gets the ownership of the assets, not before the expiry of the term. The lease term is at least 75% of estimated economic life of the asset. So, whatever the economic life of the asset is there, the lease term must be 75% of that estimated economic life. Suppose the economic life of the asset is 10 years, then it is compulsory in financial lease that the time period must be for 7 to 8 years. If it is for 5 to 6 years, then the ownership is not going to transfer to the lessee. The present value of lease payment is at least 90% of assets value. Now, as far as the present value and the future value of any asset is concerned, it is compulsory that when they are going to decide about the lease payment, so lease payment is at least 90% of that particular asset's value. So these are the requirements of financial lease. Now we are going to discuss the features of the financial lease. The first one, the lessor transfers the lease asset with all the risk and reward incidental to the ownership of the asset, whether the title may or may not be eventually transferred. Second point, the lessee is responsible for maintenance, insurance, taxes and any other expenditures of that particular asset. Here, lessee is responsible for the same because lessee is going to use the asset for the long period of time. So, he himself is responsible for the whole asset, whole expenditures of that particular asset. Third one, the lessee has the option to purchase the asset by the end of the lease period. Here, it is not forcefully applicable to lessee, that is a compulsory purchase of the lease asset, but an option is given to the lessee, means whether he is interested in the purchase of that asset or not. If he want to purchase that particular asset, then lessee can easily sell the whole asset to the lessee. The next one, the lease term is equal to the life of asset. That is, for the economic life of the asset, even if the title is not transferred. We can easily say that the lease term is compulsory 75% or minimum 75% of economic life of the asset. Then after, financial lease is commonly used for building machinery, construction equipments, aircraft and so on. Generally, financial lease is for those assets, for those equipments in which heavy investments are there. When a huge investment is there in any asset or any equipments, and when lessee is not able to purchase that particular asset, that particular machinery, so the lease option is available to them. Then after, the leased asset can be used by lessee without being modification in the nature of leased asset. This is one of the main feature, that lessee do not have any right to modify the nature of the asset, because the ownership is not transferred to him. Only risk and reward is transferred to him, but apart from that risk and reward, lessee do not have any right to change the nature, the type, the size of the leased asset. Financial lease is from the borrowing. That's why it is known as capital lease. Then after, the lessee recovers through the lease rental his investment in the asset along with the rate of return. And the last one is, the lessee is eligible to use the equipment during the lease period. So lessee has a total right for the use of that particular equipments during the lease period. So this is the concept of financial lease. I hope it is clear to you. You are required to clear about the concept of financial lease and operating lease, because it is really very helpful in examination but along with in the practical aspects also, because nowadays we are living in the era in which the equipments, the assets are easily available on lease. Maximum time each and every assets and each and every equipments are there for the rental purpose. So many a times you are seeing the board that this place is available for the long lease, as they are not using the word financial lease, because each and every persons are not able to get the idea what is financial lease. So in each and every showroom or in each and every building or in a huge office, the boards are there, means this place is available for the long lease, because the sale of that asset is not possible, because as the prices of that asset is in crores. So the option is given by the owner of that asset that that particular asset or equipments is available for the long lease. So this is about financial lease. In the next session, we are going to discuss about operating lease. The major difference between financial lease and operating lease is about its time period. Financial lease is for the long period of time and operating lease is for the short period of time. So that's all for today. We are going to discuss the next topic in our next session. So thank you so much.